Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Elizabeth from Elizabeth Magical Garden, a magical garden reaching for the stars. Guys, I just went live on my other channel, my podcast channel at Elizabeth Magical Garden Podcast. Be sure to check that out. Um, we spoke about a couple of things over there, so be sure to check that out. So let's just get and subscribe to this channel as well, of course. So let's just get into the topic today. I'll definitely put everything down in the show notes as when I'm done with this particular live. So stop doing what everybody is telling you to do. Stop listening to people. Basically, that's the topic. Stop listening. Stop doing what everybody wants you to do, what everybody else wants you to do, and live your life, guys. You know, this topic came about because I had the privilege of meeting this beautiful young lady the other day, and she was kind to share a couple of things with me without getting too deep into the things that she said. Although, yeah, I don't know who I'm speaking about, but you never know. She might watch this video one day. I was extremely how can I say? I was impressed. I was impressed with her ability. This light right here. We trying, guys. Let's see. I'm trying to fix this light without messing this up. Wait. Let's see. I think this is good. I don't want to touch it too much. But I had I should say I was impressed with her ability to um, travel on her own. She was by herself. Um, Her family was on the other side, and here she is in New York City, and she just decided to just take a trip. And despite everybody's reaction to her, my allergies and these lashes, guys. But this is what we do, right? Her ability to leave and not, how can I say, not focus on what everybody else wanted her to do really impressed me, because a lot of people tend to live their lives for other people, you know what I mean? And I know for me, at one point, this was something that I struggled with. Um, I still did what I wanted to do at the end of the day, but I struggled with allowing myself the freedom to, whether it was to show up, to put forth, um, just to be free to do what wasn't expected of me to do. I find that a lot of people can bombard other people with their expectations. You know, whatever they have formulated your character to be, because it's all smoke and mirrors, right? Everybody, the way you come across to yourself can be totally different when it comes to anybody else that would that encounters you, right? And I think that it's safe to say with all of us. You know, this is why a lot of times you may, especially, you know, with women, you might have your perception of this person, right? We tend to have different perceptions of people depending on how they speak, um, their demographics in terms of, you know, where they live or who they're around, what school they go to, what work, what position, how you look, and the list goes on, right? And then when you get into close proximity with a person, you realize in so many ways that they're totally different from the perception or the perspective that you once had. sure to subscribe to that channel as well, Elizabeth Magical Garden Podcast. All the links will be down below. I was sipping on this, so if you care to have a beverage with me, hey, that's what we're having. I do practice intermittent fasting, guys. I did eat a little something because I knew I was going to be going live today, but I'm a person where I'm basically okay now with having, and I'm not on a diet because I don't personally believe in diets. I mean, diets work for certain people, but for me, I like to, eat when I want to eat, but watch what I'm eating, but not watch what I'm eating, if that makes any sense. And this is why intermittent fasting has definitely changed the game for me and my body and how it works. Because when you are going through the change, your hormones are going every which way. So I just find that intermittent fasting allows my body to kind of like catch up to itself, heal itself, and do so much more. You can read all the information. There's a slew of research of people talking about intermittent fasting, but I just care to share that with you guys, being that I spoke about the tea. Right? So even with that, right, you might come from a family that takes a lot of pride in certain meals and in the amount of times that they eat during the day. And here you may come with, okay, I no longer eat meat. I no longer eat whatever. A lot of people is usually meat, some major food group that they either put on or took off in their diet that can provoke people to raise an eyebrow to. And is that to say that you shouldn't do it because you are the first one to introduce this way of thinking to your family? I would say absolutely not. I would say go for it. Still do what you gotta do. Do what you have to do for you. And I just find that it's so easy to have life pass you by because of belief systems, basically. So when I came across this young lady and her ability to be free and get on a plane and explore and do something different really struck a chord in me, and I feel like in life we should always be examining our ability to let go, our ability to change. You know, this morning when I was getting ready to go on live earlier, period, for today, I allowed myself to revisit a lot of different ways of seeing things as I was like getting ready, putting on my makeup, and just doing a whole bunch of other stuff, and it felt so uh, refreshing, especially as women, right? We tend to get in a rut when it comes to ourselves because we are constantly giving so much to everybody else and raising the glass to their expectations of what they believe is good for us, unbeknownst to us. Pretty much just waking up and living a life that was taught and put in front of you where you're not even the main character. And sometimes you may have to play the second, third, fourth character in order to get to the next phase. Sometimes that is called for. But even when it's called for, you should still have yourself as the main character, knowing your goal. What is your main goal? When I was working a physical job, I used to always use my imagination and allow myself to just have that allow myself to visit that space, that sweet spot, that space in your life that will allow specific time for you to dream, allow specific time for you to obtain and manifest. And for me, a lot of that, you already know it, came from writing. Writing down my dreams and aspirations, going down and verbatim, making lists, realizing, that was one of the things that I discussed on in my live on my other platform. Be sure to check that out. Subscribe to that channel as well. Thank you. It's deeply appreciated. Allowing yourself to become the thing, whatever it is. I remember when I started learning how to play the guitar. Now, am I going to sit here and play for concerts? Maybe not yet. But I didn't allow the fact that I never saw or played a guitar to stop me from buying one. I bought a guitar when I didn't even know how to play one. And the reason why I bought it is because I knew that I was going to be able to play it once I bought it, because I was going to waste my money. Right? So I dove in. I remember uploading certain apps so I could work on knowing like what notes go with this, with that, what is a A, what is a B minus. Learning certain finger positions, so I would be able to receive a certain kind of note, like being able to play the C note, G note, like just allowing myself to become the thing, allowing myself to be in a space mentally that will able me to put myself as to put myself in the seat, I should say, for lack of better words, in the seat of a musician. If you hear, that is Benji demanding my attention. And that is when I started realizing the truth of what I have heard, and I'm sure you have heard all along, which is become the thing, do the thing. Don't focus on, I got this guitar, I'm not gonna like really play with it until I have like, my lessons every week, and I do this, and then, hopefully I can like get into a band. Like, you're doing too much. Just know how to maneuver, learn. There's so much things on YouTube that we can teach ourselves whatever we want to do, right? So allowing yourself the freedom to not clutter your mind with all the things that people are imposing on you. And you might be saying, well, I'm grown, this has nothing to do with me. Nobody is imposing any belief systems within myself, because I do what I want when I want. But you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how those sneaky thoughts can come falling through. A lot of things that you know for sure that if you had the time to do, you would be doing it, but you're not doing it because of the other things that you feel is taking precedence and not allowing you to do the thing. But honestly, if you peel the onion back, more than likely that's going to show up in a way where it's like, you probably are afraid of embarrassing yourself in any type of way, or kind of like that tea got me hot, honey. Okay, it's like 100 degrees in New York City. What is the air up or down under where you at? Because right here right now. It is hot, and it don't help that I am a woman of a certain age, but we are making it, honey. Okay, I do have my water. Thank God, I prepared. Oh, that's so good, right? So a lot of times, what we are not doing the thing is because we are afraid of what others will say to us. What about if we mess up? What about if we miss something or whatever? But I would say that is all part of the learning process. The learning process. You know what I need? Real quick, I need one of those fans. You know those fans that you see those young ladies with, especially in church? I need one of those fans because right now it's hot. But you know, I just want to come real quick to be honest, just to give a little cheer to anyone that is feeling stuck because you are afraid to let anybody special in your life down, whether it be a colleague, a family member, a friend, yourself. And I wanted to just say it's okay. It's okay if you are afraid. Being afraid is actually natural. Being nervous is actually natural. And moving forth and into different areas in your life is not gonna always show up in the way that you assume it to be. It's not gonna always show up where everybody is clapping for you, celebrating you down your path. A lot of it is going to be you alone. A lot of it is going to be you taking really hardcore big chances because the bigger the goal, the higher the responsibility or the responsibilities. Okay, so just know that you are on the right path. You don't have to feel, I'm not telling you how to feel, but I just want to take the time to let you know that these feelings that you may have from within is extremely normal. They're normal. You know, anytime you go down a different path, there is always going to be some type of resistance, some type of apprehension, to say the least. And that's okay. That's okay. Just like I started on this live with saying that how, I met a nice young lady that prompted this particular topic in terms of, not caring about what everybody else felt because she was saying to me that her family members were not happy that she, took time to leave. I don't even think she told a lot of people where she was, which was her choice. But this is what I'm saying. It comes a time when you have to, excuse me, take the bull by the horns. Well, no, I mean, physically, but for lack of better words, take the bull by its horns and just go for it. You know, Rome was not built in one day, and to those who may scoff and say, what are you doing, and why are you doing this, and why now, and X, Y, and Z, I dare you to ask them the same question. What are you doing? Because you wouldn't be focusing on what I'm doing unless you were doing something, right? Because when I remember I used to work with kids, and a lot of the fight would be a lot, especially when it came to teenagers, like, oh, she looked at me, or he looked at me. And oh, this person is staring at me, and I would always ask, well, how do you know this person is staring if you're not staring at them as well? How do you know somebody's looking at you if you're not looking at them? Right? So, okay, they may be, excuse me, excuse me. They may be looking at you, but you don't have to look at them. If anything, thank you for looking. to check out my podcast channel at Elizabeth Magical Garden. All the links will be down below, as well as I just hit, guys. Okay, so excited! I just hit my 200th episode on my podcast. Woo! So I am all the way, hyped. Okay, I'm so excited to have reached such a milestone. I remember when I first started, that was like, wow. I'm just grateful. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm saying. Small steps, compounded, leads into bigger steps. You know, and now I'm working towards I'm gunning for the 500 now. You know what I mean? We got the 200, and I'm so excited about that. So, and so much more. I'm also working on growing my channel, so be sure to share these videos as well. I totally would appreciate that. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to my other channel. What else? Also, check out my podcast. It goes live every single Thursday. I am going to do something special to celebrate this milestone in my podcasting career. So I'm so excited. It's so exciting. I'm getting emotional, guys. Calm down, girl. I'm so excited to be able to do that. So be sure to check that out. You hear my Benji barking. So it's time for his walk as well. It's almost time for his walk as well. So be sure to check that out. I'm gonna do something really cool on there. Of course, I'm gonna go. It's only right that I go live on that platform. So be sure to check that out, because that's where the activities will be held. So have your notifications on, so you'll just know whenever I go live. I don't have a specific date. I know I promise that I will definitely be going live every week. Definitely every week. Thus far, though, I will say I have been going live on my podcast channel on Mondays and Wednesdays, but definitely on Mondays thus far. And on Wednesdays, I usually go live on this channel. Again, it can shift and turn, but as of late, those has been the days, and sometimes on Fridays as well. So we're still growing. This is still new to me, so bear with me. And as time progresses, I'll see what is the best for all of us. And stay tuned. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell so you be notified every time I upload a video or go live. Be sure to check out my podcast at Elizabeth Magical Garden, as well as my blog at Elizabeth Magical Garden, where everything that I create resides on that platform as well. Guys, stay in peace.